Hi guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Francis Sichone and today's video is based on case summary. So this video explaining how to write a case summary and how a law student is supposed to do their case summary. So in doing your case summary, this is an art that you learn in your law school career, and sometime in your law school career you will be given this task to prepare a case summary. So the way you do your case summary, you do it in a logical order. So the first thing in your case summary is what is known as the facts. Then after the facts, you're going to have the issue. After the issue, you're going to have your ratio, dissidenta, and your holding, and sometimes your orbital dictum. So I'm going to go through all these components of a case summary, and we're going to start with the first component, which is known as the facts. So what do you write in your facts? So facts of a case are simply, this is simply the background of a case. So maybe if it's a case involving your murder, you're going to have facts like how the murder was committed, at what time the murder was committed, or anything that's surrounding the event. So that's what you include in your facts. In your facts, you include things like what happened. Basically, it's just the background of the case. Secondly, you have your issue, your legal issue. So what is your legal issue? Your legal issue is simply your legal question. So whether or not the offense of murder was committed, it can be whether or not the offense of theft was committed, or whatever, so on and so forth, depending on the facts of the case. And after your legal issue, you get to have what is known as your ratio dissidenta. So your ratio dissidenta is simply the legal reasoning that happens in the case. So the legal reasoning comes from maybe a statutory provision, e.g., for example, if you have a case that has to do with murder, you're going to look at the statutory provision in the penal code, and you're going to look at how the courts married that statutory provision to the facts of the case. So that is what makes up your ratio. You marry out your statutory provision and your facts. So simply what the court does in your ratio dissidenta is they look at the statute and the facts of the case and they marry it all together. So in writing your ratio dissidenta, that's what you're going to do. You're going to look at the statute and what the facts say, and you're going to put that together, and that's what will make up your ratio dissidenta. And the other component of the case summary is what is known as the orbital data. Sometimes this is not available in some cases, but rather in one or two or few cases, there's always what is known as an orbiter. So what is an orbiter? An orbiter is simply a comment made by a judge that is somehow not so related to what's happening, but it can be something that's made in passing or maybe to explain something. So sometimes judges will simply make comments in a case, and such comments sometimes can be relevant, so though not so relevant and not so binding, but sometimes just look up for them. And if you're asked to write an orbiter, that's some information that you can include in your orbiter. So after the orbiter, you come to the last component of the case summary, which is known as the order or the holding. So the holding is simply the last part. What did the court rule in a particular case? What was the judgment? Did the courts convict? Did they maybe acquit? Or maybe did they say a certain element of the law was not proved? So that's what you find in your holding. So your holding is your final part of your case, is the final part of your case summary, sorry. So that's particular with the holding. So the holding is not supposed to be so long, as you just state the position that the court took in a particular case, and you'll be done with the holding. So this is all that you have to look for when it comes to doing up a case summary. My name is Francis Sichone, and thanks for watching.